How do I include a JavaScript file in another JavaScript file? Is there something in JavaScript similar to @import in CSS that allows you to include a JavaScript file inside another JavaScript file? The old versions of JavaScript had no import, include, or require, so many different approaches to this problem have been developed. But since 2015, ES6, JavaScript has had the ES6 modules standard to import modules in Node.js, which is also supported by most modern browsers. For compatibility with older browsers, build and or transpilation tools can be used. ES6 modules. Ecmascript, ES6, modules have been supported in Node.js since version 8.5, with the experimental modules flag. All files involved must have the .mjs extension. Ecmascript modules in browsers. Browsers have had support for loading Ecmascript modules directly, no tools like Webpack required, since Safari 10.1, Chrome 61, Firefox 60, and Edge 16. Check the current support at Can I Use? Dynamic imports in browsers. Dynamic imports let the script load other scripts as needed. Node.js require. The old style of importing modules, still widely used in Node.js, is the module exports require system. There are other ways for JavaScript to include external JavaScript contents in browsers that do not require pre-processing. Ajax loading. You could load an additional script with an Ajax call and then use eval to run it. This is the most straightforward way, but it is limited to your domain because of the JavaScript sandbox security model. Using eval also opens the door to bugs, hacks and security issues. Fetch loading. Like dynamic imports, you can load one or many scripts with a fetch call using promises to control order of execution for script dependencies using the fetch inject library. Jquery Loading. The Jquery library provides loading functionality in one line. Dynamic script loading. You could add a script tag with the script URL into the HTML. To avoid the overhead of jQuery, this is an ideal solution. The script can even reside on a different server. Furthermore, the browser evaluates the code. The script tag can be injected into either the web page head, or inserted just before the closing body tag. Here is an example of how this could work. This function will add a new script tag to the end of the head section of the page, where the source attribute is set to the URL which is given to the function as the first parameter. Detecting when the script has been executed. Now, there is a big issue you must know about. Doing that implies that you remotely load the code. Modern web browsers will load the file and keep executing your current script because they load everything asynchronously to improve performance. This applies to both the jQuery method and the manual dynamic script loading method. It means that if you use these tricks directly, you won't be able to use your newly loaded code the next line after you asked it to be loaded, because it will be still loading. For example, my lovely script.js contains my super object. var.js equals document create element. Script. JS type equals text JavaScript. JS src equals JS file path. Document body append child. JS. var s equals new my super object. Error. My super object is undefined. Then you reload the page hitting F5, and it works. Confusing. So what to do about it? Well, use an event to run a callback function when the script is loaded, so you can put all the code using the remote library in the callback function. For example, then you write the code you want to use after the script is loaded in a lambda function. var myCrittyCode equals function. Here, do whatever you want. Then you run all that. Load script, my lovely script.js, myCrittyCode. Note that the script may execute after the DOM has loaded, or before, depending on the browser and whether you included the line script async equals false. Source code merge preprocessing. As mentioned at the top of this answer, many developers use build transpilation tools like Parcel, Webpack, or Babel in their projects, allowing them to use upcoming JavaScript syntax, provide backward compatibility for older browsers, combine files, minify, perform code splitting, etc. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to learn JavaScript. We have a number of awesome tutorials in the works.